Welcome to online learning class. And today we discuss about on new chapter number 4. The title is Landscape of the Soul. Written by Natalie Troy Roy. Okay, Natalie Troy Roy. In this chapter, the landscape means a natural scene. Creativity is something new. In this chapter, the writer talk about the difference between Chinese and European art. Okay. So first, in this chapter, Chinese and European, then different types of concept. The writer said first, Natalie contrasts Chinese art with European art by using two stories. Natalie contrasts Chinese art with European art by using two stories and tells us how the Chinese view of art differs from the European view of art. Okay, so here the writer said that the contrast between the Chinese art with European art by using two stories. In this chapter, there is two stories are given. How they are different from European art to Chinese art. Then, in this chapter, the word Sanskrit. Most important word Sanskrit, which literally means mountain water. Okay, Sanskrit, which literally means mountain water, and they represent the word landscape. Okay, here the word Sanskrit, which means mountain water, and then mountain water is what represent as landscape, which means natural skin and is spiritual and inner. Okay, landscape is spiritual and inner one. जो हमारे अंदर की जो स्पिरिचुअल और इनर जो क्रिएटिविटी होती है वो हमारे जो नेचुरल जो चीज होती है वो हम बनाते हैं. Okay, so landscape were used for spiritual, natural, and inner one word for landscape. That's why the landscape of the soul. Landscape of the soul. Then, in this story, the Sanskrit words and two complementary forces reflecting the direct view of the universe. Okay? In this story, there is two poles, yang and yin, reflecting the diverse philosophical view of universe. यूनिवर्स के अंदर जो फिलोसॉफिकल व्यू है उसके बारे में दो कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री पोल्स यहाँ पे बताए. yang का मीनिंग यहाँ पे है वर्टिकल माउंटेन which is masculine, warm and liquid. Second, yin means horizontal river which is feminine, pure and moist. These two words are most used for Sanskrit words and this story. Okay, these two words explained in the book in detail. Okay, so when we start reading the chapter, then I will explain these two words more in detail. Okay, so now read chapter story summary. First, we see about the author. The Natalie Troy was born in February 1975. She is the wife of Belgian ambassador to India. Okay, this character is female. She is wife of the Belgian ambassador of India. She holds master degree in history of art and anthropology with specialization in Japanese art from the Catholic University. She now plans to write her next book on old Delhi architecture like Jama Masjid and Charles. So the writer said that I would like to write a book on Delhi architecture like Jama Masjid and Charlie Chowk. Introduction. Natalie contrasts Chinese art with European art by using true story and tells us how the Chinese view of art differs from the European view of art. A European painting reproduces an actual view. Okay, so European art was an actual view, whereas classical Chinese painting is an unreal one. The European painter wants to view to look a particular landscape exactly as he saw it. The Chinese painter does not choose a single viewpoint. You can travel in it from any point. The Chinese landscape is not real, but a spiritual and inner. So here the Chinese art and European art different. The writer said that Chinese art is real but spiritual and inner. The writer contrasts Chinese art with European art by using two stories. The Tang Emperor Xuanzang commissioned the painter Wu Doji to decorate a palace wall. So now the story beginning. The Emperor Xuanzang, she said that the painter Wu Doji. He said that the decorated wall palace. When it was done, the emperor admired the scene. The painter drew the emperor's attention to cave and when he clapped his hand, the entrance of the cave opened. So here the painter paint the imaginative view. When the king entered in the palace, when the king clapped, the gate was opened. Then the painter entered, but before emperor could move, the entrance closed and the painting vanished along with the artist. Okay. So when the जब किंग ये जो किंग जो था जब वो पेरिस के अंदर एंटर होता था जब भी वो एंटर होता था जब वो सारे पेंटिंग जो दिखते थे वो जो डोर जो था एंटर करने का जो भी गेट जो था वो गेट जब अंदर आने के बाद गेट बंद हो जाता था और सारे जो पेंटिंग जो थे वो डिसअपियर हो जाते थे तो ये फर्स्ट स्टोरी जो थी जो किंग के बारे में बताते थे सेकंड स्टोरी है इन another story painter would not draw the eye of the dragon वो ड्रैगन की जो आई वो पेंट नहीं कर पाता he had paint for fear it would fly out of the painting. तो उस ड्रैगन जो उसकी बात है कि अगर मैंने उसको पेंट किया तो वो फ्लाई कर जाएगा. The writer then set a story representative of Western painting in which a master blacksmith. उसके बाद दूसरी जो स्टोरी है वो रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं कि जो मास्टर ब्लैकस्मिथ था उसकी डॉटर के बारे में. क्विंटन मेटिस fell in love with a painter daughter. ओके, तो ये जो पेंटर जो था क्विंटन मेटिस वो fell in love with a painter's daughter. To be accepted as a son-in-law, Quinton painted a fly on the painter's latest banner. ओके, सो ये जो पेंटर जो था वो उसके जो पेंटर की जो डॉटर जो थी उसके साथ वो एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं किसको, उसका जो सन इन लॉ जो था उसको. देन when the painter tried to sweat it away, he realized the truth. Quinton was taken on as apprentice and married his true love. So, end of the story is when the painter tried to sweat it away, he realized that truth. Quinton was taken as an apprentice and married his true love. तो उसी के साथ उसको वो मैरिज भी करते हैं. Now, this story reveals what each of tried to achieve. उसने क्या अचीव किया वो इस स्टोरी के अंदर लिखा है. The European want to perfect illusory likeness, while in Asia it is the essence of inner life and spirit. Okay? So, European want to perfect illusory likeness. Illusory likeness means illusion created by the resemblance of something. Okay, means similarly of something. उसके साथ सिमिलर होता है वैसा जो यूरोपियन जो थे वो क्रिएट करते हैं पेंटिंग. While in Asia it is the essence of inner life and spirit. Okay? In the Chinese story, only the artists know the way within and reach its goal. Beyond material appearance, unlike the Western figurative painting, a classical Chinese landscape does not reproduce an actual view, and one can enter it from any paint and travel in it. Okay, so here the writer said that European painting means Chinese landscapes does not reproduce an actual view. Okay, so here the landscape does not reproduce an actual view means unreal, and one can enter it from any paint and travel in it. It requires the active participation of the viewer both physically and mentally. तो उसी तो पोएट ये जो राइटर है वही बताते हैं कि जो चाइनीज पेंटिंग है उसको समझने के लिए इसके पहले आपको उसको क्या जरूरी है, इसके लिए आपको एक्टिव होना जरूरी है और उसको देखने के लिए बहुत फिजिकली और मेंटली आपको एक्टिव होना जरूरी है. The European painter want the viewer to borrow his eyes. Okay, so European painter want the viewer to borrow his eyes. The Chinese painter does not want you to do so. So here the European and Chinese painter की बात करते हैं. जो यूरोपियन पेंटर जो होते हैं वो इसकी आंखों में से ये जो पेंटिंग वो चुरा लेते हैं चाइनीज. तो चाइनीज के जो जितने भी पेंटिंग है उसी पेंटिंग का सेम पेंट कौन बनाते हैं, ये यूरोपियन आर्टिस्ट. तो इसका मीनिंग यही है कि जो यूरोपियन पेंटर जो थे वो चाइनीज पेंटिंग को कॉपी करके यानी उसके जैसा ही सिमिलर वो पेंटिंग बनाते हैं. The Chinese painter does not want him to do so. तो ये जो Chinese painter है तो वो ऐसा नहीं करते. He want the view to enter his mind. तो चाइनीज पेंटर जो थे वो किसी के अंदर यानी दूसरे के माइंड के अंदर वो एंटर होते थे और अपने माइंड के अंदर एंटर होकर वो अपने अंदर जो भी पेंटिंग है वो बाहर निकालते थे. The landscape is an inner one. Okay? So here the landscape is an inner one, a spiritual and conceptual space. So here the landscape का meaning यही है कि landscape is spiritual and inner world and conceptual space. End of the story. The concept is expressed as sunset, which literally means mountain water. Used together, they represent the world landscape. Okay. So the last story in this chapter, the संस्कृत वर्ड गिवन. फिर उसका मीनिंग यही है कि माउंटेन वाटर, उसके बाद लैंड है, उसका मीनिंग लिटरली बताया. तो फर्स्ट जो पार्ट है के अंदर, उसी के अंदर जो स्टोरी बताई गई वो डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ कॉन्सेप्ट इसके अंदर बताया गया. फर्स्ट जो कॉन्सेप्ट जो था वो टिंट का बारे में, उसके बाद जो पेंटर की डॉटर और जो पेंटर जो था उसके बारे में, उसके बाद उसका जो रियल जो बात है कि इसके अंदर क्या चाइनीज और यूरोपियन के अंदर क्या डिफरेंट है उसके बारे में बताया. उसके बाद जो साइंस हुए उसके बारे में बताया है, जिसके अंदर जो कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री जो कोर है उसके बारे में डिस्क्राइब किया है. जो सेकंड पार्ट जो है अपनी चैप्टर का, वो उसके अंदर जो पेंटर है उसने रॉक गार्डन बनाया हुआ है. उसके अंदर जो डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मटेरियल, रॉ मटेरियल को यूज करके उसने ये जो गार्डन बनाया है वो उसके बारे में बताया. यानी रॉ मटेरियल होते हैं, ब्रोकन एंगल होते हैं, उसी के अंदर से जो भी मटेरियल यूज करके उसने एक रॉक गार्डन बनाया, जो सेकंड पार्ट ऑफ द स्टोरी उसके अंदर दिखाया है. So here we see about the summary. Okay, I hope you understand this summary. Okay, in next video we see the chapters ready and meanings.